Hello everyone and welcome back to our monthly winner box tournament here at Grey Ogre Games. It's part of our Road to the Invitationals. My name is Mick. I'm one of your hosts, or yeah, I'm your host for today. Ilham has left the booth to go and start the next round of this sealed tournament. This is the first time we're recording or we are streaming a sealed tournament. And yeah, it's been interesting. We're watching a match here between Chai Hui, which we saw earlier on, and Brian Lim. Chai Hui here is playing the blue-green Merfolk, starting off with a what is this guy? What is his name? The Merfolk Branch Walker. Is that Merfolk Branch Walker? No, that's not Merfolk Branch Walker. It's the one that puts +1/+1 counters on all the Merfolk that you control. And Jade Guardian here. Is it Merfolk Branch Walker? No, that's not it. Vineshaper Mystic, that's the one. Vineshaper Mystic. And Brian here is playing actually it doesn't look like it looks like it's 3-color now. It's actually a 4-color like good stuff deck with Gishant in it, which amazing, but very weird for the color combination. Wow, okay. Chai Hui here able to make it into a 5/5 flyer. And that kite sail, the kite sail interloper, just one turn too late. So yeah, this is going to be a little tough for Brian. He's going to be swinging in with the 3/3 Menace. Chai Hui here can decide to just double block and kill it off, but decides to take 3, going down to 17. Brian here is actually on 15 life after that last swing from a 5/5 flying hexproof. It's going to be really tough to get rid of this one. Unlike the last set, here you don't have a lot of creatures with Death Touch in black, and you don't have a lot of spells that allow your creatures to gain Death Touch. In fact, I think the best creature is that one with Death Touch. Okay, so Skullduggery here before damage, and okay. And able to cast that Interloper. So, Interloper, Kitesail Freebooter, not Interloper, Kitesail Freebooter. Enters the battlefield, target opponent reveals his or her hand, you choose a non-creature, non-land card from it. Exile that card until Kitesail Freebooter leaves the battlefield. So, going to be very difficult for Brian here to deal with a 5/5 hexproof flyer. But on the reverse of that, Chai Hui is going to have a lot of, is going to have a hard time dealing with the board on Brian's side. He does have a lot of those water trap weavers. And he's got a lot of shenanigans that he can play. So let's see. Brian here, does he decide to go aggressive? He could if he wanted to. So yeah, Brian here knows what is in Chai Hui's hand, so he can play around those few things. He saw the 6/6 trample Colossal Dreadmaw, I believe. He saw the other blue card, which I can't recall right now. Is it Favorable Winds? I don't think it's Favorable Winds. Not quite sure what's in Brian's hand that he can play. There's a contract killing there. Does he want to play the contract killing though? He will be able to get in quite a bit of damage here if he does. But of course, if Chai Hui has a counter spell or something to negate that spell, then Brian's in a lot of trouble. He doesn't have a 2-turn clock right now. Okay, so he's going to swing in with a 3/3. He's going to get in for at least 3 points of damage. And he needs to set up for next turn with a huge creature. Because right now, if he was to swing in with everyone, there's 1, 2, 3. Okay, you're going to sacrifice 2 guys. Going to create 2 treasures. Okay, so he's got 1 treasure left over. And he does cast, who is this woman? This, Waker of the Wilds. Waker of the Wilds is an extremely strong card. The card that Brian was using is the Ruthless Knave for 3 mana. It's a 3/2. 3 mana, sacrifice a creature, create 2 colorless treasure artifact tokens with tap, sacrifice, then add, it basically creates two treasure artifact tokens. So now Brian needs to deal lethal. He does have the Kite Sail, okay, so he can block with the Kite Sail freebooter, and I think he should have done that last turn. Just to make sure that Chai Hui here doesn't have any like shenanigans. Yeah, but that the Waker of the Wilds is insane. Insanely powerful. For 4 mana, she's a 3/3 Merfolk Shaman. Okay, fails the vanilla test, but for X and 2 green, you put X +1/+1 counters on target land you control. That land becomes a 0/0 elemental creature with haste. It's still a land. It is strong. It is no slouch. And so yeah, Chai Hui here looks like he is going to be taking this game with that 5/5 flyer. 5/5, who knew, right? 5/5 flying hexproof. Very difficult to deal with. Actually, you should have known that. It's hexproof. Hexproof is pretty good. Hexproof really good. Brian here trying to figure out the line of play. She's going to use Pounce. The two are going to fight, and Chai Hui here is going to use Dive Down, which gains allows the creature, or gives the creature +0/+3 and hexproof. So the Pounce never happened. Vanquish the Weak. Not contract killing. Vanquish the Weak does get rid of the what you call it? The Vineshaper Mystic. Hmm. Okay, Chai Hui here cast Ixali's Keeper. Not much that Brian here can do. He needs to try to get in the damages. So Brian here not dead just yet. He's got the deal 3, gain 3 spell. I forget what's that. What's it called? Dark Nourishment here. So Dark Nourishment, deal 3 damage to target creature or player, you gain 3 life. There used to be a card like this, the poison vial or something like that. You deal 3 damage, deal 2 damage or 3 damage, and then you gain 2 life, but it can only hit a creature. This fortunately can hit creature or player, so I can drain you a bit of life. Chai Hui here going down to 10 and hoping for more lands. More lands means that he'll be able to activate his keeper, Ixali's Keeper. I think at this point in time, you should just attack and then cast as many things as he could. Like that Siren Lookout. There we go. Swings to a 5/5 flyer. Nothing much that Brian can do except just take 3 points in the air, 5 points in the air. Left with 3 life, the same amount of life that the life gain from the spell earlier, and cast the schooner and passes the turn. So Brian here needs to find an answer. He needs to find an answer very, very quickly. Either a flyer or something to that effect. And sort of finds it. I believe that's an unfriendly fire. And he decides to go all in. Okay, so he knows if Chai Hui here just takes some damage, Chai Hui might just die. So okay. Blocks are made. Want to get rid of the land animating creature, and that's not enough damage. That's nowhere close to 6 points of damage. And Brian just scoops it up, and we're going to game 2. Chai Hui here takes it 1-0. Sealed is a very different beast, I think. So yeah, that was 5/5. They're probably like 5/5 hexproof flying, very difficult to deal with. If you just joined us, you're watching the monthly winner box here at Grey Ogre Games. Every month we have this tournament where players can not only just win a box of the latest set release, but they can also win qualification points, which allows them, or which channels them to be able to compete in the seasonal qualifier. Alright, if you want to find out more, just head on down to greyogregames.com. Brian here looking at the cards that he has. Oh, maybe I should bring in the Duress. Yes. Turn X doesn't matter if you got a flying hexproof 5/5. I think you're winning the game. And Duress is one way to make sure that your opponent A doesn't have removal for you, and B just stops your opponent's game plan. Every non-creature spell that they put in a deck, or technically every non-creature spell that you put in your deck, it's usually gas. It's usually good. So to be able to take that away from your opponent, I think is quite important. Yep. All right. Yeah. There's gonna be 2 more rounds of sealed. We've only got 20 players today playing, which is very fortunate. The top 8 will be engaged in a draft, I believe, and they will be playing off to see who will get the 30 and 40 qualification points to be invited automatically to the seasonals. And the seasonals are a lot more fun. Seasonals, you get to see the best players over the last 4 months. Most consistent players, they've been playing consistently. Either they've been playing consistently or they've been consistently winning. And then you score points for the championship. And for the last 2 championships, we have had some winners. One of them is Jeffrey Chan, who Brian defeated the last game. The other is Fu Pi Chun. Then the other 2, so we have 4. The other 2 are Reeve Chia as well as Wu Kai, who are not here today. They will not challenge the seat of for the championship. The fact that they got in is already good stuff already. Alright, Brian here starting the game. 1-0. And we can see, does he want to keep this card on the top? I believe. What is this? Yeah. You gotta look at it. I gotta look at it. Crash of the Ramparts. Crash the Ramparts. Target creature gets +3/+3 and gains trample for 3 mana. So they're not really worth it. Not entirely worth it. Instead chooses to put it in the graveyard. I believe Brian here looking for some of his lands. He's gonna swing in with that 1/3 and pass the turn. Oh, casts a what is this? This is the Mind Rod with mana fixing, as they would say. What is it called? It's not Spreading Rock. Not Raider's Wake. Heartless Pillage. Heartless Pillage, that's the one. Target opponent discards 2 cards and then raid. You get a artifact token with raid. There we go. Okay, so enters the battlefield. This one is the raid trigger. Enters the battlefield. Your opponent has to discard a card. So there is a theme going on here. That is the Deadeye Tormentor. Brian here trying to gain some value off of his opponent discarding cards. And now the 3/3 hexproof creature is on the battlefield. Not sure what Brian intends to do about that. Duress. Okay, so are you going to give it? Oh yeah. Okay, so there the fist pump, the air fist pump here, uh, signaling. Phew. Now it's just a 3-3 hex proof. No problem. 5-5 hex proof flying. Very big problem. Okay, and the other card, of course, is a forest, which Chai Hui will probably just lay next turn. Lay this turn. There's a likelihood that Chai Hui here just doesn't. Okay, there we go. Dive down to grow his creature even larger, so he can get rid of some of Brian's creatures. There we go. Did more Rampager. And now Chai Hui's attack has slowed down significantly, just hitting him with the 1-2 Siren Lookout. And I believe Brian here will just swing in for 6 points of damage. Chai Hui here going down to 13. And now game's picking up a little bit, but Chai Hui here just still stuck with one land in hand. What is the other card? Going to swing in with all his creatures. Brian going to... Chai Hui here just going to slam creature after creature onto the battlefield. And Brian able to dismiss it with a... what is that spell called? Dark Nourishment. That's right, Dark Nourishment. We saw another one earlier. We saw one the last game. Attacking in with the Dead Maw. With the giant Dead Maw, Colossal Dead Maw. Oh no, he didn't. That was last turn. Oh, what is this? What is this card? This I'm not sure. What is this card? Oh, Skullduggery. Okay, so it's Skullduggery. It tries to get rid of the some of the creatures. Swings in again for another 1 point of damage, and now has a Schooner. Has Pounce in hand. Will probably use it at the end of the turn. Going to take 1 more point of damage, and the Pounce is going to fire. Chooses not to. Okay, so there we go. I'm gonna use that Pounce. Is there another dive down? Oh, it's a sorcery speed. And yeah, his creature does go down, unfortunately. And Brian here just gonna pass the turn, doing a main phase to try to draw out some stuff from Chai Hui here. Isn't a pump spell. Whoops. And does want to keep that card on top. I'm not quite sure what that card was, but Chai Hui saw it. He could definitely wants to keep it. Oh, Gishanth. Okay, why not? Swings with the Gishanth. Gishanth is now, it's a 7/6. If you deal some damage to the player, you get to review, or you get to look at the top X cards, where is the amount of damage that was dealt to the player. Uh, yeah, either way, Brian will be getting in, I think, 2 points of damage, so he'll be able to take a look at the 2 cards on top of his library. Although, Chai Hui here will be able to kill Gishan. And I feel that Brian Shaw has swung in with everything. With both, both of them have trample. So Gishan is 7-6. Trample. Let's see. Okay, so I think you get rid of the schooner as well as the hexproof guy, because the hexproof guy not going to going to be quite a headache moving forward. And now Chai Hui that trades 2 of his creatures for one of Brian's really big dudes. Brian here going down to 4. He needs to draw another creature or another removal. I believe he did draw another removal, which is very helpful. I believe he needs to use it right now. Okay, and passes the turn. So one more turn here for Brian. He needs another creature. Oh man. Okay, so this is going down to 1. And draws a land, and there's a handshake. Chai Hui here takes it 2-0. Brian loses the win and in, but it's okay. It's okay. He's still got 2 more rounds to go to get that win and in. Technically, he's got 1 more round. Next round, you want to win and then get into the finals. Okay. I'll get into that top 8 draft. All right, we are going to take a short break. But don't go away. We'll be back with round 4 very, very soon. Remember, you can catch the stream every Tuesday, Wednesday, 8 p.m. Singapore time. Alternatively, you can go down to youtube.com/GreyOgreGames. You want to find out more about the invitationals? Go on down to GreyOgreGames.com. Last but not least, do listen to our partners, Power 9 Podcast, every week. Myself, Alfian, we get together, we talk shop about this little game called Magic the Gathering. Alright, we're going to call it, we won't call it this thing, we'll call it a round. We'll be back with round 4 soon, so don't go away.